Messy, messy, messy. America is messy.
To quote the Washington Post, the Belgian government is facing a real and potent threat coming from within its own borders. Here's why extremists are finding root in the country. Meanwhile, BBC, only
Went to
facts.
visit,
A
there are
lot of the
still
victims.
60 people who are called in critical condition. Like, it talks about
I feel
world
like
leaders
I can
respond. Go over to BBC and get the facts. When I go over to the Washington Post, I'm getting um, I'm getting riled up. The first line in this article on the Washington Post says, Brussels was hit by a number of deadly explosions on Tuesday in a coordinated terrorist attack, now being claimed by the Islamic State. Number of attacks. I want to say there was two, might have been three. Might have been three. It's not a number of them. And then it goes on to say, it's a shocking turn of events, but for anyone closely observing the city over the past years, it wasn't exactly a surprise. I'm dealing with over 300 victims, injured, and family members that are having to deal with this attack who are affected, and we're not surprised. Okay, a little insensitive, but the European Union Interior and Justice Ministers are due to hold a crisis meeting. 2. We know that more than 60 people are still in critical condition. We know that there are suicide bombers that are named by prosecutors who were brothers, Khalid and Brahim. And 4, we know airport blast killed 11 people and
These
then
are all
20 people
things
died
that
over at the metro
BBC
station.
listed
And
as
then
key
5, we
points.
know that in his so-called Islamic State is saying that they're responsible for the attacks. I'm sorry, but facts over at BBC Live. Facts. And over
Facts,
here,
son. Facts.
I don't know, but it seems a little Joseph McCarthyist. I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a senator.
Y'all remember that fool.
Joseph, he's a Republican senator from Wisconsin. Joseph McCarthy. I say around the 40s and 50s, he began like this Red Scare in America, where basically he was trying to point out people who weren't loyal to America. He was trying to everybody looking upside everybody's head, like you're communist,
Point them
you're
out. Point
communist.
them out.
That's how we doing people who are not from America right now. You're a terrorist. You're a terrorist. Wait, refugee. What you mean refugee? Where you come from? That's what we're doing. And when post things like the Brussels attack and uses words like extremists and doesn't just report the facts but has to, exaggerate a little bit, it's a little McCarthyist. The thing that stuck out to me the most
Was at the end of the BBC story.